Alright, so in this video I wanted to talk about what I believe is the single biggest problem with modern society and the root cause of its imminent downfall, basically, or at least its downfall if we don't address this issue. So the problem is that people no longer think, they just feel. They fail to dissociate their selves from their feelings. They do not realize that you are not your feelings, you feel your feelings. They are reactions to the outside and inside world that you experience, but they are not you. They are something that happens to you, but is not part of your persona, of your self. So being able to dissociate yourself from them will allow you to take control of your life and to actually realize where you want to go and not let things like fear or pleasure or pain dictate what you do and who you can become. So yeah, it's basically fundamental to be able to tell when you're actually doing something because you want to or because the weak part of your mind is trying to force you into doing it. People will go through life blindly, doing things out of fear and pleasure, and not because they feel it's part of their greater purpose in life. They will not do things for the sake of creating and improving themselves, but just to avoid hardship and pain, not realizing that that is in the end what will bring them despair and misery. So yeah, just remember to notice, to understand constantly that you are not your feelings, that your mind is kind of composed of two separate parts: yourself, the rational thinking part, you, in other words, and then the kind of animalistic, instinctive, impulsive part that contains feelings, cravings, and these basically irrational, primitive emotions. I'm not saying that you shouldn't aim to feel anything, that you shouldn't let yourself enjoy or sometimes feel down or just reject happiness or pain or anything, but you should approach it and understand it as it is. And use it for your benefit, for your improvement, for your growth as a human being, and not just let fear and pleasure dictate everything that you do. People will do something they hate out of fear of failure. They will do things that they shouldn't, eat wrong, take drugs that will ruin them simply out of short-term pleasure that they think they want, but deep down below it is not true at all. They don't want them. It's just a craving that they can't control and bear not satisfying. So yes, if you are unable to control your feelings, to have this certain degree of stoicism and dissociation from them, you are bound to end up miserable, not in control of your life, and on a path of decay instead of improvement, which is the exact opposite of what you want. You want to turn yourself into the best version of yourself possible, to create, to make the world a better place, to make yourself a better person. This will require you to go through heaven and hell, to do things that will make you really uncomfortable, to humiliate yourself, to destroy yourself, and then rebuild from there. But that's what's necessary. That's what will bring joy in the end. Take it as an investment in yourself. You don't just, you know, buy yourself happiness in the short term. You invest in your long-term fulfillment. It is something that you have to work on a little bit on every day. Little by little, you will end up where you have to be, provided that you invest in your progress as much as you have to. And another thing is that, yeah, in the path of self-improvement that you have to follow, which you will only be able to follow provided you are self-aware in this sense, you will never truly achieve the perfect self. But the goal is not the actual achievement of this final end, but rather being able to be on the path forever, to be able to live on the path and accept this never-ending journey. That is the goal. The path is the goal, not the end point.